Yeah, can I get sharing screen privileges? Oh, wait, just kidding. I've got it. Wait, it's making me like leave Zoom and come back. So I'll be back in a second.
Okay, that's all right. I'm not sure why it has that, but I'll check. Oh wait, Donna, you can't hear anything? Do you want to try? Oh wait, she can't hear right now. Right, can you hear now, Adanna?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Is something wrong with me or is it?
No, you're good. Sometimes it can be a little bit, maybe the audio change sometimes when I'm connected to like a Bluetooth set of headphones, the audio output changes for me on Zoom. It could be.
Yeah.
Is it storming where you are? It's storming at my house right now. Yeah.
I'm in Athens right now. It's raining really hard, I think.
That could be part of it too. All right. I think we're good now though. If you want to go ahead, Nadia.
Can y'all see this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, bad. So I went with the Valentine's Day theme. And I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's like 36 questions that lead to love. So I'm giving you the option of 36 questions, but a lot of them are like specifically like partner based. So I like switched them up and changed a few of them. And because I always have to like beg y'all to just come up here and like choose one, you actually have 3 choices. And if you don't like the first one you choose, you can go back and choose a different one. Okay? Okay, who would like to start?
I can start, I guess.
Okay, pick a number.
17. What is my most treasured memory?
Would you like to pick again?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
So, what is my most treasured memory? Honestly, that's kind of a difficult question to try to find one single memory that I really treasure in my head. But I think I can try. So for me as a person, I think one of the most treasured memories I had was when I was a kid, and specifically when I really didn't have to worry about much in life. I know I've reiterated this in many speeches and things like that. I'm not depressed. I'm just talking in general of how back then when you're a kid, you don't have many worries to think about and things like that. Because most of the time your parents take care of things. You don't really focus on whether it be politics. You don't really care about the external world. All you know is I'm gonna play kickball today. I'm gonna go eat ice cream today. So I think my most treasured memories would simply be having fun when I was like little, playing kickball in the park, getting ice cream, going to various summer camps, going rafting with friends, doing all of these things that I look back on and I don't really do anymore. Because right now everyone's talking about careers, doing this, doing that. I don't really get that much time to really hang out with my friends or just spontaneously go out and do something. So I think my treasured memories are the ones that happen spontaneously and that I never planned for. Thank you.
I agree. I think the spontaneous memories are always the ones that are the most fun. Okay, who would like to go next?
I'll go next, Nadia. I'll start with number 1.
Lame.
Gotta go in order.
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? Would you like to choose again?
I'll stick with this one. Some reason I had this idea pop in my head. I'm gonna go with it. So I've mentioned before, maybe I haven't. But I've gone on a Disney cruise before, so I'm a big Disney fan. I'd want to have Mickey Mouse as a dinner guest. Just, that's the first thing I thought of, because Mickey Mouse is my favorite Disney character. He's the star of Disney. And I think, going off of Sourin's last one, thinking of cherished memories, that's just where a lot of memories are. So I think that'd be a really, really fun dinner. He'd probably crack a lot of jokes. And since Mickey Mouse is the guest, we'd probably be on a cruise or somewhere else Disney related. So there would be Goofy and Donald Duck as the waiters or something like that. But a dinner guest would just be really fun. Just sit there, have some of those ice cream, forget what they're called, but they're in the shape of Mickey as well. And it seems really strange because it could be, seeing all these Valentines on the screen, all these hearts, but that'd be really fun. And I love getting into the character. I don't know if you've been on, I'm sure you know of people, the characters, they're in the suits, but I love going up and taking pictures with everyone like that, if it's at Disney World or anywhere else. So I think that should be the best dinner, Mickey Mouse. Thank you, Nadia.
Thanks, Slate. That was actually a really cute answer. I wonder, when you imagine having dinner with Mickey Mouse, is he small? Is he mouse sized, or is he human sized?
I think because of going from a cruise, he'd be human sized. It'd be in the suit, but it'd be the real one. It wouldn't be someone in a suit.
Okay, freaky. I would choose Robert Downey Jr. Okay, who would like to pick again?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Adanna.
7.
You stole my number. Sorry. Go
Hey,
ahead.
that's my favorite number.
Oh my goodness.
Do I have a secret hunch about how you will die? Okay. What a coincidence, because I'm gonna start. The reason I picked this number was because, not to get religious or anything, but it's a really religious number in the Bible. 7 is prominent all over the Bible, especially in Revelations. So when we talk about what's my secret hunch about how you will die, I'm not sure, only God knows, but when I die, I know I'll go to heaven. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Maybe I feel like I might die of old age, but life comes at us at different angles. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not even sure. This is a weird question. Unless I'm contemplating suicide, which is it's just a mellow tone, but I'm not. So I just feel how I'm gonna die, what my afterlife is gonna be bliss, as long as I stay on the right path. I'm finished.
Dang, I wish I could say that. When I saw this question, I immediately thought degenerative brain disease or jumping off a building. No, that's the hunch. I feel like if I went to a fortune teller, that's what they would tell me too. And I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, space jumping is really fun.
I mean, who knows, right? I want to be kind of cool to be weightless for the last few seconds. The answer is yes, it would be cool. Okay, who would like to choose?
After that terrifying response, I will go and choose 8, because 7 theologically symbolizes earthly perfection. 8 is divine perfection.
So, oh my God, this is perfect. Okay, name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
What are 3 major things? That's the question?
Yeah, 3 things you and your fiance appear to have in common.
Okay, so I just used so many filler words in 3 seconds. The first major thing we have in common is our faith. We really complement each other. Where I'm strong in my faith, she's weak, and where I'm weak, she's strong. So it's a really nice thing to have. The second thing we have in common is that we're both blind, and that allows us to relate on not only a physical level of like disability, but also a cultural one, because blindness has its own culture and things that come with it. And I think the third thing we have in common is, or one, we have more than that, but the third thing I would say is our love of animals. We differ on which animals we love. She loves cats more than dogs, which I forgive her for. Every day I wake up and say, I forgive you for loving cats more than dogs. But she also loves dogs a lot, and I love dogs. So, and she has a cat that is basically a dog cat. Like, he sits when we tell him to sit, and he waits at the door. He doesn't like using his litter box. He goes outside to use the bathroom, and when he has to use the litter box, he cries in despair. And so he's a very unique cat, and so I can live with him. I haven't told her because it's fun not telling her, but I do love that cat. I think she knows it. I'm holding off on saying that because but I think now that we're engaged, I have to say it soon. So it's a big moment that's coming. So those are the three of the things that we have in common.
What's your cat's name?
Kaiser.
Oh, I love her.
She's a history major, so that's what she wanted.
Also, cats are amazing. They're like independent beings. I think if humans didn't evolve like first, cats would have evolved. I 100% believe that. I think cats would have been the most intelligent beings on the planet. And you know what? There's a part of me that like believes that they genuinely are more intelligent than humans, but they're faking it because they're like, we don't want to deal with capitalism. We don't want to deal with all the nonsense y'all deal with. Feed me and give me a place to sleep. That is the life, period.
Wow.
Okay, who wants to choose next?
I can go next.
Okay. which one would you like?
27, please.
If you were going to become a close friend with Mr. Slate Nations, please share what would be important for him to know.
That's really specific.
Yep.
But, okay. So if I were to become close friends with Slate Nations, I would definitely want him to know about my funny side, which he already knows about a little bit because he has recommended lots of humor Toastmaster events for me. But yeah, when I was in high school, I was a complete class clown to a fault. I would just do things that weren't very flattering if I could get people to laugh. And I just really enjoyed making people laugh. And then when I got older, I realized that you can't really do that and be a professional person or a functioning adult. So humor would be the first thing. What's another thing that you want someone who's going to be your friend to know? I am a very non-conflict person. So I don't like conflict, which you guys probably can already see by my very optimistic and happy, positive feedback that I usually give people. I steer away from negative feedback. So just knowing to avoid conflict. And finally, I would guess, did it say three things or it just said what he wants to know? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, just be nice and funny and we'll have a great friendship. That's all I have. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Slate, did she like pass? Was that a good resume?
I was gonna say that's a pass. So those are two. Those were important things to know. Also, I like how it says specifies my name, but it says for him or her.
You know what, Slate? I'm sick. I don't want to hear it.
But that was a pass. That was good.
Okay, who would like to choose next?
I can go next.
Okay, which one would you like?
Go with 26.
26 it is. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share blank.
Ooh,
Would you like to choose a different one?
no, that's fine. I wish I had someone with. I wish I had someone with whom I could share. My love for sports, just being active in general. It could be bowling, table tennis, regular tennis, basketball, football, soccer. Yeah, anything active, honestly. And just like also someone who I could share like my competitive like spirit with, because I'm always like, anytime like I'm engaged in like any like competitive event, whether it's like a video game or I'm playing somebody in basketball like one-on-one or uh just any like kind of competition, I'm like always engaged. I always find it really, really fun. Just kind of seeing, like other people's like competitive spirits like kind of being brought out in those situations and then mine being brought out at the same time. If I could have like somebody who I could share that with, that would be great. And I feel like we just bring out like the best in each other anytime like we would like be engaged in like, any type of like competitive event. So yeah, so just to kind of like make what I just said smaller, like yeah, just my love for sport. I wish I had someone that I could share like my love for sports with and my competitive nature with. Yeah.
That's really nice. I wonder, do you think Toastmasters is competitive because we give awards for like best speech?
Never really thought of it as like competitive. I just thought of it as like a way to just really just like improve, especially in like a specific area. But I mean, me being like competitive though, I mean that's also like an extra incentive for me though to try to just even get better. So it could be thought of it could be thought of that way, in my opinion.
Fair enough. I remember when I was a freshman in Toastmasters, I genuinely thought about it as a competition. I was like, I'm gonna get that first place ribbon. I'm gonna get that. No, I'm like, nah, y'all are just friends. We just talking. Okay. Who would like to go next?
I can go next. 16.
What do you value most in a friendship?
What do I value most in a friendship? That's definitely an important question because that saying is birds of a feather flock together. The people that you surround yourself with are the people who almost nearly directly affect who you are. I think for me, in a friendship, I value communication, honesty, really just that openness to talk about things, whether it's something serious that happened in our past or it's just talking about our days, and having that openness. And in fact, I actually reconnected with a friend earlier today, with someone I met my freshman year in the dorms together with my freshman year roommate. And so just to think that had been because that one friend had transferred to a different college. And so it had been 2 years since we had physically seen each other than, of course, like texting or FaceTiming. But it's just good to know that even after a certain period of time, we can still connect, we can still relate to each other and share those life experiences, because after all, each person has their own journeys, and really just supporting each other through those ups and downs, those hills and valleys, I think are very important and vital. And anyone who you decide to make a friendship with. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think I really value communication too in a friendship, just because someone that communicates well, it showcases that they have emotional intelligence. And if a friend is someone that you come to when you're having a hard time or they come to you, you'd like to know that you could be there for them and vice versa. And if they can't voice their concerns or voice their feelings, they'll be going through it all alone. And that would just hurt you because you care about them and that's your friend. So I would agree with that. Do you know how many we've done? Have we done 10 yet?
We've done about 2, 4, 6, 7.
Okay, who would like to go? I'm sure some of y'all haven't gone yet.
Oh, could take this next one, Nadia. Can I have number 9, please?
Number 9 it is. Wow, we've done 7, 8, and 9. Okay. For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
Oh, right. Well, before doing this, is there someone who could time me while I'm speaking, please? Or?
Yeah, I can time you, Scott, in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Tricia. Appreciate that. Right. Well, the one thing, that I'm most grateful for right now is being able to continue my college education, especially here at the University of Georgia. It wasn't so long ago that there was that I had to pause my college education for certain reasons. But after 2 years without going to school and with working mostly part-time jobs, but with being away from school for that long, it made me realize two things. One, how much more of an opportunity, how much more of a plethora of experiences are available if you really are in university. And so second, this university experience, it really only comes once in a while. And if you are going to experience once, you should definitely do it while you're yet young enough to do it. So after being able to decide what I wanted to do, I picked myself back up and decided I want to finish the rest of my degree here at UGA and see where else that takes me. And ever since, I've been glad that I made that decision to go to school here. Thanks, guys.
That sounds really awesome. Oh God. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I would agree. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at making decisions though. So I didn't really so much as decide to go to UGA as I did flip a coin and it landed on tails. And so I was like, okay, UGA it is. Hey Tricia, do you think you can take over for me?
Yeah, I can take over.
Okay, thank you, actually.
All right, I have the PowerPoint pulled up. Let me just share it real quick. We have time for about another round for everyone to go. And let me just put on present mode. While I'm trying to get this presentation up, can someone take note of people's names and what they talk about? Since while I'm sharing my screen, I can't quite have the notepad open up, unfortunately.
I can do that.
Awesome, appreciate it, Courtney. And then when we do voting, we can just combine our list together and work from there. All right. So yeah, I think everyone's gone at least, or once rather, so definitely an opportunity to go again.
I'd like to go.
All right, Sourin, what number?
32.
32. All right, what, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
It's too serious to be joked about. That's a very tough question because it depends on your own personal values and your own sense of humor. Because I know, for example, me, I have a very let's just say a weird sense of humor. I find humor in the most weird things. And oftentimes it might be considered dark humor. So I wouldn't really say it's a good thing to be joking about. It's just that I happen to find humor from those sorts of avenues. But are there any things that are too serious to be joked about? I believe that It depends on the person, really. There's nothing like absolute. I generally stay away from, when it comes to like normal people, like people I barely know, like acquaintances, I tend to stay away from very controversial topics, whether it be politics, religion, any sort of like taboo that would really spark a conversation. I tend to stay away from those, or try to not joke about those if I can. But in my own, like when I'm with the close enough friends, I definitely joke about politics or like anything really. But yeah, I guess it really depends on the person, who you're around, to really be able to judge of whether I can make this joke. Because if I made that joke in class, I'd probably everyone stares at me and thinks I'm some weirdo. Versus if I do it with my friends, they all laugh. So it really depends on the context and the group you're in. Thank you.
Thank you, Sourin. And yeah, I would say I agree. Just thinking of context of people you're with. Yeah. All right. Would anyone like to go next?
I can go next.
All right, Justin, what number would you like to pick?
I'm gonna do 12.
12. Number 12. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
I'm thinking.
All good.
I would want to wake up with the gift of discernment. And by that, I mean being able to know someone's heart. Everyone talks about reading minds, and that's, you know, I feel like we all have thoughts that we can't control. I know I have thoughts that I can't control. I don't mean anything by it. So I feel like it would be better to know someone's heart. When someone's talking about something, what's actually going on inside them? Are they upset by something deeper and it's coming out in this way? Are they afraid of something and that is coming up in this conversation? Or you know, what part of their character is really coming out? I know for myself, I wish that that's how I could communicate with other people. I wish that people could know exactly where I was coming from and the different feelings that were involved. And I would use this power lightly. I wouldn't just call someone out and be like, you're this, you're that. But I think it would give me the ability to provide feedback when it was asked for, and would help me know how to take the conversation we were having. If they tell me something, it'll help me know if I should take it personally or not, or if I should respond at all, or what. So that would be a really powerful thing. And I think out of all the gifts I can think of, it has the potential to really change someone's life. Back to you, Tricia.
Thank you, Justin, for that response. Yeah, I mean, really just understanding people, because people are complex, let's be real. And sometimes it's when you don't know what someone's going through or something, at times we can take those different defensive mechanisms or maybe not reach out when we should have. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to, honestly, everyone can develop. So. All right, would anyone like to give another one a shot?
I'll go again.
Okay.
All right, you got it, Chaz.
Oh, Courtney, did you want to go?
No, you're good.
Okay. I'll go with 15.
15. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? What is your GOAT moment?
Greatest accomplishment of my life.
And it depends person to person on how you define what is like an accomplishment. It can be something small, something big that's like you received an award for. It could be something that you received praise from. It could be something that maybe you just really under the radar, but had an impactful moment in your life?
Um,
And then I think the way Nadia set this up, we can also, if you want to try a different question and choose a different one, that works too.
okay, because I feel like I've had like quite a few accomplishments. I just never like thought about like what's like the greatest out of all of them. So I think that would take me like a minute to like really go back and like think about, to like really like go back mentally and just kind of like try to figure which one would be like the greatest in my opinion. But yeah, so is it okay if I choose another one?
Yeah, that's okay. Let's see. Home. All right. So number
23.
23. Yes. Yes. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
My family is pretty close. My family is pretty close. They've always been really supportive. I think when my parents, I'll be honest, it's kind of personal, but I feel like when my parents got divorced, it wasn't as close, but like it's like it was like a little more divided. But like each side, like my mom's side and then like my dad's side, like I was still like close with like each like side basically. But like when they were like together though, it's kind of like more of like a unified kind of closeness, if that makes sense. But when that happened, it's like the closeness was still there. It was just kind of like divided into two. And as for my childhood, I feel like I don't really I don't really like know like the general childhood, the general childhoods that like other people had, but for me, I'm really grateful for like the childhood that I had. I always had a lot of fun. Always played sports. Always was able to try new things. Just be a kid. I was always able to just be a kid. Was always able to live life to the fullest. Got to go on trips with my family. Just little things like that. Really contributed to like my happiness as a child, and I'm just really grateful for it. So in terms of like comparing it to like other children's childhoods, or other people's childhoods, yeah, it's just kind of tough because I don't really know like what like the general childhood for like another person would have been like. But for me, I can say I'm really happy about the childhood that I had. Though I'm really grateful for it.
Thank you for sharing, Chaz. And yeah, thank you for sharing your personal experience. And yeah, I know like comparison like sometimes can bring people down, but I feel like sometimes also comparison might bring, I don't know, not necessarily diminished your experience, but maybe just changed the way that you think about. So to have that perspective of just not being grateful, I guess is one way to put it, or just accepting your past. Yeah, that's awesome. Would anyone, I think Courtney, would you like to go?
Yeah. 36 maybe?
36.
Has anyone done that?
We'll find out. There you go. Not yet. What holiday should replace Valentine's Day?
Okay, I think I have this one. I think the holiday that should replace Valentine's Day is a holiday that focuses on emotional intelligence. I think that in our society, we have so much things referring to love. We have so many things referencing love, and we all want love, and we think we know what love is. But at the end of the day, most people have not developed the emotional intelligence to be in a relationship. And by emotional intelligence, I just mean, knowing who you are, knowing what your preferences are, knowing how you want to be treated and how you want to treat someone else. Just understanding those things would really help you choose the perfect person. And I think because we do have this really complicated and kind of problematic relationship with love, that we end up having so many horrible relationships and divorces. And I think that we should focus on emotional intelligence before we start focusing on love. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, definitely. I mean, relationships are tricky enough without adding in the romantic aspect that relationships can have. So that's a smart answer. All right, would anyone like to go next?
I'll go
All
21.
right, 21, nice. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Okay, so let me first start off with I'm not in a relationship. I've actually never been in a relationship. So when it comes to love, when it comes to being in with a boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm straight by the way, but with a boyfriend, it's just not up my alley. But when it comes to love, the first thing that comes to mind is love from my creator, God, the Almighty, amen, and love from my family and my friends, that type of love. This love makes me motivated to go through life in order to continue on, because I know that my life is precious in the eyes of other people, and that I am worth it. I am definitely able to pull through my struggles no matter what happens to me. And I want to be able to show this love towards other people, because contrary to belief, I actually love people, even though I might say that I hate people sometimes, but I just want to be that person that shares that love towards others so that people can be happy. Finish. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Adanna. And what a powerful way to think of like being secure in, I guess the affection and the love that you have right now. Because I know sometimes you can always have people have that mindset of, oh, it looks greener on the other side. And maybe this ties back into the question Courtney had around like people's misconceptions, or maybe just not quite understanding how to. So awesome. All right, I think we have time for about 3 or 4 more. See if you haven't gone twice and you'd like to.
Oh, well, if it's not too much trouble for you guys, mind if I take this next one, please, Tricia?
Yep, you're good. And I can time you again, Scott. What number would you like?
Okay. Oh, thank you. 24, please.
24. Nice. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
Oh, well, I can confidently, confidently say that it's nothing, nothing like what I hear of the current Prince of Wales's relationship with his mother, Her Majesty the Queen. So thank goodness for that. But overall, a good relation. I'd say overall, I have a good relationship with my mom. My dad would always remind me that my mom was always my biggest fan and always my biggest cheerleader. Always encouraging me that even when it looks difficult, when things look difficult, just keep on trying, just keep on going, and you never know, you just might get to the finish line on what you really want, whether that's doing well in school, whether that's going for a job opportunity, whether it's trying to socialize or meet with new people. I would always remember that being one of her biggest lessons to me. You never know something unless you try, and you just keep putting your best foot forward. So for that, I would say, yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have so strong as a relationship with my mom as I do today. So thanks, guys. Hope I didn't reveal too much.
No, that's awesome, Scott. And I think before we did have an opportunity to meet her one time in a previous meeting, and she seemed like a lovely lady then. So give our warmest regards to her from Student Toastmasters of UGA. Hope she's doing well. Awesome. Let's see. All right. Your time about One, two more.
I'll do one, Tricia.
All right, what number you want, Slate?
Number 2.
Number 2. Would you like to be famous? In what way?
Would I like to be famous? So I'd say I'd like to be famous only if it was extremely famous. For example, President of the United States famous. It's either all the way where I give up all my privacy, because as you know, they have to have security and Secret Service for the rest of their lives. This just comes with the job. High profile target, leader of the free world there. So I'd say either go high or just never become a super well-known name. But on that note, I think I would like to be famous. And most famous people that you think of do tend to make some money along the way. So that's always nice, one way or another, either writing a book or selling some songs, whatever that comes across. So I think here in Slate Nations around the world would be pretty cool. I think that'd be the way to go. Thanks, Tricia.
All right, thanks, Slate. I mean, with the name of Slate Nations, that'd be a pretty cool way to get famous. And I love what Adanna commented, Gorilla Glue hair famous, because that's extremely famous, which, oh man. I feel so sorry for the poor lady, but it seems like she got the situation under control now. So, yeah.
By the way, side note, Slate Nation sounds such like a famous person's name. Like it just fits well. No, I hope that's not too weird, but Slate Nations just sounds like something you would see on a billboard.
Yeah, okay, this is like also another side question. Is it like that for the rest of your family, like very impressive sounding names, or it just happened to be for you?
Nope, I'm the oddball. My 2 older brothers are Mark and Connor, so.
Nice. 3rd time's a charm in getting that good name. All right, well, with that ends our table topic section. Thank you everyone so much for participating. Now, I'm not sure if Nadia mentioned this, but with table topics, we do get the opportunity to vote for your favorite table topics. Before we put the names, yeah, I think Courtney just put in the second half. But Scott, was everyone in the 1 to 2 minute time?
Mm-hmm. Yep, everyone was in time, Tricia.
Awesome, thank you so much.
And Tricia, I just sent that to you if you want to combine them, or I can send them again.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yes, so the way that ballots will go, you can make sure to pick your first and second choice. And then for today, since Noah is unable to make it, you can send your votes directly to Slate Nations. So the way you'll do that is through the chat. It says to everyone is the default. You can just change that drop-down menu to Slate Nations. Send your votes, make sure to specify your first and second choice, and we'll reveal the best table topic speaker and second best table topic speaker at the end of the meeting. With that being said, while you're also sending those votes, feel free to leave. Let's see, Nadia's not quite in. So feel free to leave feedback for Nadia as table topics master to me, and I can relay that feedback to her, as well as, let's see, any feedback or that any votes or anything else that you might have forgotten to send earlier. You can take this time about 45 seconds.
Wait, who do we send the votes in? Sourin or Slate?
To Slate.
Oh.
Yep. Great. And while we're wrapping up those votes and those tallies, I'll go ahead and pass the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Courtney.
Thank you, Tricia. All right, so I guess now we're going to move into the last portion of the meeting, which is the evaluation section. And I'm actually going to hand it right back to Tricia, even though she just finished being our part-time topics master as well. So Tricia, if you'd go ahead and do the evaluation section.